figure them right manually. We assign the IP. DHCP server stands for
Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol.
Dynamic
Host
Host
Control Protocol.
Control
Configuration Protocol.
कितना आगे
and how we configure DHCP, what we configure there? Sir,
how can we configure it?
what we configure there?
We just assign the range of IP addresses from what IP to what IP the DHCP server can assign to its clients, to its hosts. So we choose a subnet basically.
I'm not satisfied with your answer. Can you please
Elaborate.
Elaborate? Yes.
So yes, sir. So scope mean right? We configure scope. Scope means range of IP addresses.
scope बोले इसमें
It depends.
And as Saurabh is saying, basically we are telling, okay, this scope has this type of subnetting. So whatever the machines are on that network, they will start getting the IP from that range. So only IP addresses are there.
No. There is so range is there, then we can exclude IP addresses from the range to assign it to specific device.
Yes.
We can assign static IP addresses to the hosts. There are a lot of configurations. I cannot remember from the top of my head. Yeah.
Sir,
We can reserve IP addresses.
would you like to add something to his verbosity?
Actually, he covered almost everything. Like you can reserve IP for the servers.
Sounds good.
So Frank, what else we have?
Yeah, reserve,
So reserve and all. What else?
reserve, exclude, and then lease time.
Yeah. Mashallah.
Lease time is good.
It seems we're gonna configure these.
So in scope, one thing is range of IP addresses, and then second, he said least time. And we always give a name of this scope as well, right? And then we configure some options. What are options, sir? I believe. What we have available options in DHCP.
firewall. Firewall.
Yeah, if we are using firewall as a router, then the gateway, default gateway. So we have to let our DHCP server know, okay, this is the default gateway for this network. If they don't find any IP on this LAN, send it to that default gateway.
You can assign a public IP.
No, not public IP.
No, also, we can add to the DHCP server a public IP that we can take it out.
No. The default gateway, internal side of the firewall. As you said, if it's a firewall or if it's a router, right? We have one interface, internal interface, and then one we are using external. Over here is a public IP, and here we have private, this one. we need to tell our network, okay, go there. And then it's routers, net and path that picks it out. So in options, we configure default gateway. You can say router, right? Router address. And then what? We can configure WINS, DNS, prefer DNS, alternate DNS,
NetBIOS.
NetBIOS. What is NetBIOS?
NetBIOS, it acts as a, it actually translates the Windows names. It's a very old one.
DNS and DNS suffix.
How about NetBIOS?
This guy.
Oh yeah.
WINS. It's are for legacy. If we have WINS server in our environment, otherwise
Win server?
WINS.
Yeah.
So over here we are going to tell our DHCP, this is the address of our WINS server. Address of DNS WINS or address of DNS server.
Wait.
Yeah, sure.
Guys, please turn on your server. We have installed server 2012. Turn on that server and your both of the clients. Is it visible to you?
It will get blurred.
Okay guys, server is up. So everyone's VM is ready,
Yes.
the server one. So we are going to install DHCP server on top of it. So on your in front you have on server manager, and on the dashboard we can see add roles and features. So where the written is configure this local server, underneath we have add roles and features, second option. So click on it. Your computer is got it, Simon?
Yep.
So then please click on next. And then please on installation type again click next. And please again click next. And then choose DHCP server. We have multiple roles available here. And one of them is DHCP. So check mark. And then add features for pop-up. Click on add features. Pardon?
I think .NET.
Yeah.
Features.
So please next. On features we don't need to select anything, we already selected, so next and next. And please click on restart the destination server automatically if required. Check this box and do yes for pop-up and click on install. So does it showing installation succeeded? Installation succeeded on network server 2012. If it's completed, just close it. Simon done? So please, it's a notification. There is a flag on this server manager dashboard. It's a notification area. Click on this flag. And now it's showing complete DHCP configuration. Click on this hyperlink for complete DHCP configuration. So very long wizard. Just click on commit and close. So please click on tools now. And then click on DHCP. It's the fourth option in tools. So are you on this page now? So expand your network server 2012 and then expand IPv4, and right now we don't have any scope there, right? So, but it's showing server options. So right click on IPv4. If we have IPv6 on our environment, then we will configure IPv6. We are using still IPv4, so IPv4. Right click IPv4 and then choose the second option, new scope. Scope means range of IP addresses. We are going to tell our DHCP server, okay, please start assigning the IP addresses from this to this, right? So new scope wizard opens up, click on next. And here please give it a name. What should be the name then? So Toronto location. And in description, usually what we do, what we are going to configure the scope, we write down those IP addresses here. So easy to figure out, okay, which scope has which IP addresses. So right now we don't need this one. So please click on next. So please enter the range of addresses that the scope distributes. So please start 192, 168, 100.101. And then come to the second end IP addresses and 192, 168, 100, 150. So this scope will have 50 IP addresses to assign, right? So here we have length configuration settings that propagate to DHCP client. The length is 24 bits, which will be the class C. So please click on next and then add exclusions and delay. Exclusions, we can exclude some of the IP addresses. The purpose to exclusion, we can assign these IP addresses later as static. So within the same range, we want the IPs that shouldn't be given by the DHCP server. So we assign them ourselves statically, and usually the servers always we give the IP address static. So we don't depend on DHCP server for our servers. So we can give the exclusion here just to see how it works. So 192, 168.
Real environment also we are not in real environment also we are not supposed to use this
Which environment?
environment production.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on company policies. Sometimes the two ways are being used in the real world. We can exclude the IP addresses by using DHCP, and then we can assign those IP addresses to our devices where we want to assign statically. But the thing is, some administrators, what they does, they don't let the DHCP server know, okay, we have these IP addresses, right? It's in documentation. And some guys use this exclusion as well, so they know we have this range. So 192, 168, 100, and then start 102, and end with 109, 192.168.100.109. We are saying from 102 to 109. Please don't assign. So add, click on add, and then please click on next. It's a lease, so by default it's a 8 days. So please click on next. So yes, I want to configure these options now. So now it's saying okay, you want to configure the options as we were discussing, the default gateway, DNS server, Win server, those things. Either to want to configure right now or you want to configure later. So we have to configure. So yes, I want to configure these options now. We will go with that by default options. So click on next. And now the first thing is asking for default gateway. So 192.168.100.100. So click on add and then please next. Do we have any domain? So then please do next. But do we have DNS server?
No.
Sir, do we have? No. Can we pretend something?
No.
Try. So try, for example, 192.168.100 dot maybe okay 100.2. It's we have IP address of this server. What the IP address? 4.
Exactly.
This server has which IP address this server has?
112.
Okay, give it 4 and try to add. Validating DNS server services running on. Okay. The IP address 192.168.100.4 is not a valid DNS address. Do you still want to add it? So it's tried to resolve and it's saying it doesn't exist. So click OK. Yes, we want to add it. And then next. First click on add after typing the IP address and it gave you the message. So next, and now it's asking, do you have any Win server?
No.
We don't have. So next, what is Win server?
Windows Internet Name System. Name service.
So everyone knows. Good to go. So next, no, we are not adding anything. So do you want to activate this scope now? Yes, I want to activate this scope now. What happened, Sayyid sir? No,
We were doing the DNS, not this.
we did only DNS. So then please next and finish. Now we have scope. It's active scope. And what we have in scope? Address pool, address leases, reservations, scope options, policies, and server options. Why we have twice? Once we have scope options and second we have server options.
But we may have different scopes within one server.
So it means as So Rab is saying we can assign the options each and every scope separately. So one scope we want to get this type of information. So then DNS is different, default gateway is different. Those options are different for that scope, and another scope with different options. But if we are going to choose server options, so that will work for whole of the server. So each and every scope will get the same options, same router, same DNS, same preferred DNS, same altered DNS, same FIN server, same DNS suffix and domain, everything. So now can you please open your second machine, network PC1. Please turn it on. PC1. So PC1 is on?
Not yet, sir.
Not yet. Please let me know when it's ready. So guys, please open your network and sharing center by right clicking on this internet icon. Right click on this internet icon and open network and sharing center. Then please click on change adapter settings. So double click on this LAN. So click on properties. Scroll down for IP version 4. Just single click on it and then click on properties. Four is not server IP. 4 we have on a client machine.
Who said 4?
Sohrab,
But
No, I didn't.
you didn't?
but that's 100.4, but this is 101.4.
Yeah, it's okay.
This is 101.2.
So right now it's manual configuration, right? If we will go to the obtain an IP address automatically, now it will look for the DHCP server. So please click on this obtain an IP address automatically. Obtain DNS server address automatically. So now we will say it's a DHCP enabled client. It's a simple thing. So if we have select these options, obtain IP address automatically, it's a DHCP enabled client. So which IP you guess it will get?
First one,
Which one?
100.
100, we started from 101. And we have exclusions as well.
From 110.
110? Why not 101?
For network ID.
सर जी कितने फंसे हो? So please click OK
Oh yeah.
and then please click on close, and now please click on details. Do we have any IP? We had only one IP 169 and that's gone, right? So what to do now? Hmm?
Renew.
Renew? No. No need to renew first time. We don't have any IP from DHCP server to release. So click on close. Click on close
Restart.
and just open the LAN. Again, double click on the network adapter. LAN. And now click on details. And now we have a pipa. Why it's not getting the IP address from DHCP server, sir?
You should restart the server.
You didn't connect it to the DHCP server.
We did not connect it? How?
Already connected.
Yeah, you should restart the server.
But I got it. I got it 114.
114?
That's the same one. 114. It's not saying update from.
So please come back to your network server 2012.
Mine
Hmm? So minimize this DHCP console, DHCP manager console, and then click on local server. Now please click on hyperlink available for LAN. Click on this. So double click on LAN, properties, select IPv4 and then properties, and then now change it to 100, and it's fall in reserve IP or no?
Yes.
No. Where reserve IP is 103.
102 to 109.
Give it a IP 102, the first excluded IP. So while we here, please give the DNS IP address as well. What we chosen? 192.168.100.4.
Yeah.
So do OK. So please close it, and now come back to your PC. So close this window and then open it again. Double click on LAN, network adapter card, click on details. So there is no IP. So Andy, you said we need to restart the server? No, we need to restart the machine. So right click on this PC and first make sure both are connected on the VMnet 2, right? So just power and then restart the guest. So right click on tab, then power, then restart guest.
Are you done with that? Thank you.
So log in, please. So now please again right click on this internet icon, open network and sharing center.
I missed that over.
Pardon?
I missed it.
What did you miss? We don't have any. So let me open my network and sharing center. Let's see if I have gotten the IP. So LAN and then details, and now I have IP. Why it didn't get the IP earlier and now it's getting the IP? What the reason? Anyone?
You don't
Sir.
configure the DNS.
Was because of the first the IP address of the server was different.
Yes.
We changed the IP, we came back and it did not get the IP even then.
Because it needed to send a request to get the IP address.
Yeah. So when we have DHCP enabled client and we turned it on, it looks for DHCP server. So it's already on and we are just choosing the option enabled one. So get the IP address automatically from the DHCP server. It needs a restart. The two things, either it's immediately when we are turning on, it looks for DHCP server and get the IP from DHCP server. It's a DHCP enabled client. If it cannot find the DHCP server, it assigned itself an IP address, and that we have discussed earlier as well. That is APIPA. APIPA fall in from 169.254 and then something, right? So, but after every 5 minutes, PC should look for the DHCP server. If we are not turning it on, and if we could wait for 5 minutes, this machine definitely will see for the DHCP server in the environment. Every 5 minutes it look for if it has the APIPA IP. So now we have the IP addresses and default gateway.
I use DNS server.
You didn't configure it from the DHCP server.
No problem. So Amin, did you get the IP in your machine?
Yes.
So now it's your break time. Have fun. Come back. So everyone is on this page. So one time more, please click on this add roles and features on your server manager's dashboard. Add roles and feature. Is it visible or should I enlarge the maximize my screen something? So please click next. Next. So next. So Yusuf, where are you?
Sir,
On this page.
Go back, please.
Go back. Go back. Are you here? No. So first I click on this add roles and features. Are you there, Jun? So click on this one, add roles and features, and then please click on next. The first screen is an intro page. So click next, again next, one time more next please, and now we are on this page, roles page, right? So check this DNS server. Select this DNS server, and for this pop-up, so click on add features. And then please do next. So next and next. and then please click on restart the destination server automatically if required. Do yes. So please click on install, and please let me know when installation is finished. Would you like to share, sir, Sayyid Sahib?
I don't know much about it, but I know it's the main goal is to resolve the name
The name,
and IP.
name to IP, or from IP to
From
name,
IP to
not name to IP.
I don't know at least these things.
Nawaz sir,
Yes, sir.
please share with the class what is DNS.
First of all, computer understand the bank, the numeric thing. We don't understand the English language. So whenever like we type Google.com on internet, so the DNS basic job is to convert that name into an IP and give the system so that we can open the website.
So you mean to say resolve the name
Name was
against IP, right?
From IP.
convert the name into IP.
No, not conversion. Conversion is different.
Resolve.
The right term is resolve. Simon sir, so is it done? Installation done for everyone or still waiting? Done. Please click on close. And now please click on tools, and then please come to DNS. Click on DNS. It's a DNS manager. So please expand. Click on this pointing arrow to network server 2012. Click on this to expand. And then please expand this forward lookup zones. Do we have anything there? Please expand the reverse lookup zones. Do we have anything here? We are going to talk about a lot about DNS server in server class. Just we install DHCP server, and DHCP server is capable to provide all the NIC configurations to the PC. So whatever the things we provide to our DHCP server can provide to the clients. Whatever the DHCP enabled client will contact to the DHCP server, I need an IP address. DHCP server will give it all the informations, including DNS server. Usually when we have Active Directory environment that we will have in the next week when we will be doing server class, these areas you guys will not be look like this. You will not see like this forward lookup zone. There is nothing inside. So it's just letting us know, okay, what the new zone is or what the forward lookup zone can have, right? It can have a zones. So one zone or multiple zones it can have. In this we have to configure the zones manually when it's not AD integrated ones. So it's a standalone DNS server. In standalone DNS server we configure the zone ourselves. So let's try to configure one. So please right click on the forward lookup zone and click on new zone. So then please click on next, and now we have three type of zones here: primary zone, secondary zone, and the stub zone. So Sayyid sir, what is primary zone?
Primary zone is basically acts as a primary DNS server, so anything that the hosts or the server wants, it would be within its local AP.
So just for understanding right now, the primary zone, when we create a primary zone, it's basically a editable copy. We can play with this primary zone. We can add the records, we can remove the records, we can play around, right? So it's editable copy, writable copy of a DNS server. So zone. Secondary zone is read-only copy. We cannot create the records there. We cannot delete the records. We cannot do anything with this copy. And stub zone is just keep pointing out towards the primary zone or secondary zone. It works like a pointer. So if we are configuring the stub zone, it works as a pointer. It says, okay, I don't know, right? It has no answer, but it can resolve the name while with the help of primary or secondary zone. So we will be discussing in detail. So please right now please click on next, and here give the zone name. So type here Janab new tech.edu. So zone name newtech.edu. So click on next, and now it's saying, do you want to create a new zone file or use an existing file that you have copied from another DNS server? So if we have the copied either one, we can create the primary or secondary zone. Most of the time we use copy for secondary zone, not for the primary zone. So that's a readable. We keep updating our secondary zone using this one. So create a new file with this file name. Yeah, we don't have anything earlier, right? So we have to create this one. So click on next. And then see the first option is grayed out. Allow only secure dynamic updates recommended for Active Directory. So without Active Directory, it's not letting us update dynamically. So allow both non-secure and secure dynamic updates. We can go for that, or do not allow dynamic updates. So for this time we can go with the third option, default option. So please click on next and finish. And now we have one zone under forward lookup zones. If we expand this newtech.edu, do we have anything there? We have two records here, right? So first record is start of authority, SOA, and the second is name server. What is SOA? Start of authority. It's a record that contains the primary server information. The first primary server for this zone, it keeps the information of that, and all the parameters on basis we have configured our zone. It contains all of those parameters records. So it contains parameters of the zone and the first primary DNS server in our environment. And the same right now we have another name server record that is showing the same server, new network server 2012, and the first SOA is network server 2012. So first time we created the first DNS server, that these two records will be gets created, SOA and NS. If we going to add an additional DNS server, those informations will be here. There will be an other name server record, but the SOA will be only one. SOA is for zone, the whole zone, and the additional information, the additional DNS servers will be get listed in name server record, not in the SOA. SOA contains the primary DNS server. What is forward lookup zone and what is reverse lookup zone?
Forward means to translate IP into address. And reverse means address into IP. Address into IP.
Address into IP. Address into IP.
Name.
Reverse is name into IP.
Yes. From my understanding.
So DNS is a domain name system, or sometimes we say domain name server, name server. We can go with different names, but mostly we use DNS, domain name system. So DNS helps us in name resolution. Name resolution process. What is name resolution process? When we type any website address or anything in the browser, we cannot access that website without the help of DNS server. As Nawaz was saying, our machines, our computers don't understand English words, right? They only understand numerics. So as we enter the name in our browser, any name, that can be a server name, that can be a host name, it can be a website name, anything. So it needs to be resolved to an IP address. So that is understandable for our machines. So that process is called name resolution process. So if it's a forward lookup zone, as I was asking, so forward lookup zone resolve the name to IP. And usually whenever we install DNS server, if it's a standalone, most of the time we configure only forward lookup zone. If we will be adding a DNS server in our domain environment, Active Directory environment, we will be dealing with most of the time forward lookup zone. Very rare we configure the reverse lookup zone. So forward lookup zone, it resolves the name to IP, and the reverse lookup zone So maps an IP address to name. In some cases we know the IP addresses and we don't know the names, especially the services, right? So if in our environment to locate the services, sometimes for some applications we might need reverse lookups on, and usually the guys who are taking care of those applications, they take care of these things as well. Otherwise, when we will add the DNS server in domain environment and it's a Active Directory integrated DNS, all the records will be get updated automatically. But in the standalone, right now we have two machines, PC1, PC2. We cannot find any record over here. So standalone, we have to keep updating the DNS server as we keep up. In alias time, we were updating our host files. So come back to the server and let's create few records there. So we have two machines. Now one of them have IP address. The first network PC1, it got the IP 101, right? 100.101. So right click anywhere, let it no, we will have to right click on the zone. No, so on the zone, right click on the zone, newly created zone, and then it lets us create multiple records here. So we can create new host record, new alias record, new mail exchange record, new domain, new delegation, multiple things, but the records are here. So right now it's letting us create only 3 type of records when it's a standalone. When we will be in the domain environment, it will be a little different. So click on the host, new host A record, and name, fully qualified domain name, uses parent domain name if blank. So we have new, so network, we have network PC 1, and it's showing the fully qualified domain name in the second box, that is network pc1.newtech.edu. so it's adding the zone in front of our PC name, right? Zone is basically just a one word. We can say a domain, we can take a domain as a zone as well in DNS. .com, .go, .ca, .edu, all of these are our zones. So right now it's giving us a fully qualified domain name, and we don't have domain in our environment. We just created a record and it's appending a name with it. Why, Sarji? Sahi sir? Why it's adding the name here? We don't have any domain right now. Nawaz, we don't have domain.
Yes.
How it coming up with the fully qualified domain name?
We actually created the zone, and under that zone we are adding a new record, a record for new PC1, because of that it's taking as a fully qualified domain name.
So do we have domain?
No.
But it shows, see, if in domain we are not going with the integrated DNS, it means we have domain and we can create a zone for that domain. We are creating the zone manually.
Yes.
So it letting it create, right? So now DNS server is assuming we have a domain with the name of newtech.edu. So standalone, when we install the Active Directory, it's gonna give us option as well for if we already have the DNS server, we can use it. So if not, then we will install besides the Active Directory. So what is the IP address for this new network PC1? We have 192.168.100.101. So it's saying create associated pointer PTR record as well. So it's a reverse lookup zone. So if I click just add host, the host record network pc1.newtech.edu was successfully created. So okay, if I done, so now I should have some A record here. So this is mapping the name to IP. If I right click again and would like to create another host A record, what is A and what is over here? I have 4 times A, right? That is for IPv6, and A, the single A, is for IP version 4. So again click on this new host A or record and give the second PC name. So network PC2, and the IP address what we have on the second PC, we did not turn it on, so that didn't get the IP address from our DHCP. So come to your second PC and turn it on, please. Click on the second PC, leave the server in that form and come to the second PC and turn it on. Log in as an admin. So please right click on this internet icon and open network and sharing center. Now please click on change adapter settings. Double click on LAN network adapter. You have only one PC? Only one PC, or you have it's okay, click on that. So click on properties and then scroll down for IPv4, select IPv4, again click on properties, and now please select the option obtain an IP address automatically. For the first portion and the second portion, again obtain DNS server address automatically. So do OK. So close it. So details. Now we have 110 IP address there. The first we got the IP 101, and then we have excluded range from 102 to 109, and the second available IP is 110. So this is getting the second IP. So close. So come to the server back and now give this IP here. 192.168.100.110, and this time please click on create associated pointer record. So click on add host. So warning, the associated pointer record cannot be created, probably because the referenced reverse lookup zone cannot be found, right? So let it do OK and then done. So we have two records. So first we need to create the zone, then we can create the records, otherwise no. So right now we don't have any reverse lookup zone, so it did not let's create a pointer record. So how we can create the reverse lookup zone then? Best thing, right click, right? Agree? So right click on reverse lookup zone, click on new zone. So next, and now again it should be a select the type of the zone you want to create. Primary, yes, primary. So next, it's asking for IPv4 or IPv6. We have IPv4, so by default it's good. So next, and what network ID should be here, Simon? What our network is now? So 192.168.100. So we don't need the last octet here. So network 192.168.100. So please reverse lookup zone name. Do next. So next, finish. And now we have, for reverse lookup zone, we have one SOA and there is one name server record. So right click anywhere and new pointer record. So what is the host name now? We have two. So new, so sorry, network, or we can browse to that, but we are, I know we can find or not, we don't have domain. So network server. So please do OK. A new record cannot be created, the IP address is invalid. Where is IP address? Oh, we did not complete the IP address. So what we have for the first 101, and then do OK. And now we can create the pointer record for the second machine, that is 110, and new network. So do OK. So how it looks like without understanding what we did. As a Sorava yawning. Without knowing, is it okay to do something? Now we have DNS server, but we don't know pretty much what is DNS server. So would you like to explain, Al-Walid? Yeah, DNS server.
So DNS server is already assigned name to IP addresses.
Assign name? Assigning is done by DHCP, not DNS.
Yeah,
DHCP server assign the IP addresses.
No, this is assigning name. So you already know the name.
It does not assign anything.
Huh?
It does not assign anything. What do you, like this?
Resolve name.
Resolve.
Actually, Dr. Saab server is down, that's why.
Dr. Saab server is down? What happened? Oh yeah, your dad's server is down.
Server is
That's okay.
Actually, we are not getting any from Dr. Saab.
So guys, we will discuss on it DHCP DNS tomorrow again in the morning. Come prepared. Who is going to present? Really? Will you come?
Ask questions. I'm going to ask questions.
Nawaz,
जी
this one is a PC. So please right click on your Windows icon,
okay
control panel,
okay
then system and security,
जी
then sir
और
power options, and then choose when to turn off the display, the second last, and then drop down for never for both, or if you have one, do for one, and save changes, and repeat with the second PC, and it will be up then.